A while after the supposed cancellation of Coyote vs. Acme, Eric Bauza was asked in an interview if there was any potential release of the film. If this movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up, gets a lot of money, then we might see Coyote vs. Acme, and if we don't, I'm going to put that movie under everyone's seat as a DVD. If you've been following the news as of late, you will know that the movie did not do well, at least for the opening. Online, everyone was fighting with each other, posting pictures of completely empty cinemas, calling those whole animation is cinema people out for not actually caring. Another reason for their absence could perhaps be because it was not on a single billboard, and you wouldn't even know of its release unless you were chronically on Twitter. This lack of advertising was, coincidentally, after Bowser made that claim of the movie doing well. Warner Brothers wanted to avoid the question they have to ask, that question being, what if we are wrong? If the people were willing to see it, they actually watched it and wanted more, then the answer to their question would be yes. But they didn't have that question because the people to answer it were not there. People noticed this and were not slow to call out this behavior. It was clear that the company was going by the logic, no one sees it, no one likes it, everyone sees it, everyone likes it. They were busy focusing on the Minecraft movie, and I know it has a title, but it's so awkward and I don't want to say it. Minecraft movie, jeez. And those who were calling out Warner Brothers for the mistreatment of films and the people working on them, and those who said they hated everything about the Minecraft movie, was still going to see it either way, out of hate watching. And even after word to mouth of The Day the Earth Blew Up doing better than it did the opening day, what did Minecraft make after, as of writing this, 2 days? Wow. Warner Brothers, or most big companies for that matter, do not care for your opinion. All they care about is your viewing, whether out of hatred or the simple mind of curiosity. They got that attention, one that distracts you from thinking about the points you were probably just making. And yet, no one has noticed this. When the people who call out Warner Brothers see the theaters filled for the movie that the company is obviously favoritizing, they just go, it's just a fun, stupid movie. Who cares?
Who cares? You do!
And even Jack Black has gone out to say this movie is good because it has nothing to do with war and violence. You know what else didn't have that? Batgirl, Batman Beyond, Coyote vs. Acme, and yet one of those is being released by a different company now. The other was scrapped, and the other was canceled after being practically finished. And he's also just saying that because of, And I'm not mad at the fact that there are some people that genuinely like this movie, because you can't help what you like. I have some guilty pleasures of mine. I'm guilty that a lot of the ones seeing this movie, as I mentioned, are the ones who call out the lack of advertising for certain movies, the cancellations, only to give into that bait like a fish. And that goes into my next point. In the first video, I stupidly worded something by saying I don't want to see the rich people working on this movie get even richer. And that sounded like I was talking about the people who worked on these movies like employees, and that isn't what I meant because a majority of the time it's not their fault. I was talking about the executives and the producers who already have a lot of money, and when you don't see their film, they go like,
what's going on? Why don't they like it? We spent $250 million on this.
When you don't give in, the question to most executives and CEOs is not that there is something they should do, but instead, the people working on the movie, the disposable artist, there is something they should do. And some might say this movie's success was all because of its well-known source material, and yes, that's a part of it. But the other scrapped or cancelled films I mentioned also had popular source material. So did The Day the Earth Blew Up, yet that tanked on the opening day because of its lack of marketing. Anything can become big if marketed well, and this is shown through obvious favoritism, yet the same ones who call that out give in without knowing it. This is all to manipulate and to distract people, and the agitating yet frightening thing is the company knows what they are doing, but they do not care, unlike Disney, which I'm pretty sure they have no idea what they're doing. As someone who is in the exact age demographic these upcoming movies are usually for, I can safely say no matter if it's hate watching or that slight bit of curiosity, I do not want to see these movies anymore. I go by what I said about being numb to this bait that has been done to death at this point. I can't keep complaining if I am going to give these companies more power, and you should not do that either. Ignore my ugliness, but I'm really sorry if I'm getting a little too angry at something that may seem not that big of a deal. But as someone with a family who has been in this industry for a while and has experienced a lot of stress from that, this is a big deal for me. I can't be like Socrates giving advice to Plato about what I have learned in life because I am not even close to that time in life yet. But the advice I can give about what's going on can come from what I'm learning, and learning is something that never stops. And as someone who is at that point in life where there are so many options all at once, so the advice I can give you is that you are not under control. Like how an artist is used to a familiar brush, they are in control to switch out that brush, switch out a different art tool. No one is controlling them to use the same brush a bunch of times for every single artwork. And with movies, you should not feel like you have to see something if you don't want to see it. You can support better projects, some of which are coming out soon. And you can use that opportunity to show these companies what we truly want. Which reminds me of this comment that I got on the last video about this topic. I may disagree, but I respect your opinion. Maybe one day you'll have a good one. And maybe you could watch some older movies that you have never seen. And maybe, like I said in the last video, you can come up with some of your own ideas. Don't think you're under control. Know that you have control. And also know that there are more positive things to come in the future. And you can be a part of that reason. And like I said in the last video, and almost every single video, at the end of the day, it's just all my opinion. Thanks for watching.